Rolling.
Oh. Just a second. It's Lagrimosa. Let me just turn that off. Sorry. Rick Harsh from the Corona Samizdat studio, and behind the camera is our cinematographer, our filmographer, and head of all things cinema at our organization. And I was just, we're doing pretty bad. This is not a warning, nor is it a call for your tears or, well, greeting cards would be okay. But I just wanted to say this is kind of an up to date sort of an update. It's an update on the Corona Samizdat status. And one thing that is going really well is that we have added cinema to our book business. We have a film called Portrait of a Man Drowning that will be done within, well, I think by the end of the year.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, by the end of the year. And then we will have a name and enough money, probably, to do a documentary which, based on this book, which is called Wandering Stone, The Streets of Old Isola. And in this book I take, there's Old Isola, it's an island, it was an island. And in this book, because it's a small island, I go street by street, and I cover every street in the old Isola, and we're going to make a documentary out of that. So that's all going well, but the book business is not going well, largely because of the cost of mailing. It went up last year. 1st of September, they decided that books could not be sent by book rate anymore. Book rate was not actually book rate, it was paper rate. And they decided books are, they meaning the United States Postal Company, which is what it is now, that it's merchandise. Books are merchandise now, so why should you get a break on mailing them? And then this year, book rates went up again, this time just by going up. And I don't know if that's worldwide or whatever. I was told that you can still get book rate within the United States, but you can also get a pretty cheap rate within Slovenia. But there aren't many people in Slovenia buying books from us. We're selling books to 40 people in 40 different countries at least, but primarily in English-speaking countries. And the United States, of course, is number one in terms of purchases. Australians, a lot of Australians. Can you hear me back there in the back? Can you hear me?
A little bit louder.
A little bit louder. Okay, sorry. I didn't want to have to swallow, but I had a salamander in my throat. Okay. Well, so here's what's going on. What we have, you can see on our website that we give away books. And that's to make up for the cost of mailing books. And to tell you how it goes, somebody wrote me today and said he had ordered 3 books, and could he get any free books or something along those lines. He ordered three 10 euro books, 3 paper or pocket books, and I said, okay, yeah, we'll send you 1 big one or 2 pocket books. It's up to you. And now, of course, that strategy will break us in the long run, but we got to get to the long run before we worry about it. And a lot of our books are very small. Some of them are so small that I use them as bookmarks. I wanted to read something. This is the latest book we've produced, and I wrote it, and it's called The Assassination of Olof Palme. It's by me and many other people who contributed bits and pieces. This is Some Features of Living Matter in the Neighborhood of the Sun, one of our pocket books, a novella by Zach Tanner. When I say pocket books, I mean, this is supposed to go smoother, but as you can see, they are actually pretty small. Okay, that should have been a smooth moment. I wanted to read one passage. I can't talk maybe a lot about this book today. I think maybe we'll do an interview for the next BookTube. But what I wanted to do is read one piece throughout this book, which is about some really crazy Cold War shit perpetrated by the United States primarily, in cahoots often with England, and also with most of non-Soviet controlled Europe. And so it covers Iran-Contra, and it covers all the crazy shit that was going on in Italy, a lot of what was going on in Germany. And one of the things that happens throughout is Nancy Reagan speaks. We have her perspective, her point of view, talking about various things, and she has a certain attitude towards Ronnie. And there's this scene that starts with, "In heaven there is no beer, that's why we drink it here." And then she says, "For God's sake, Ronnie, the idiots are drinking champagne. The one thing he's taught me is that embarrassment requires brains. Hose them down with beer and they'd sing of champagne. But more brains and you rise above embarrassment. Look at the bunch of them. You'd think North is the one with the brains. Maybe he is. Spavin bureaucrats. And I get lectured by that cunt on the stages of grief. She left out the one caused by listening to her. Drink, boys, drink. Know that thy pleasures escape history. After they leave, I have goofy Ronnie on my hands, stupid jokes, mommy poo pants, inane boyishness. I couldn't stand it anymore, so I got him back to his acting days. Here's your line, Ronnie. Mr. Gorbachev, tear down that wall. Mr. Gorbachev, tear down that wall. After a couple Mistress Gribblechops turned down that music and such, look at him now, obsessed. Me out of the picture in front of the bathroom mirror in his white t-shirt, white boxer shorts, gartered held socks. I can't help but think of stirrups. The revenge of the stirrups. Ronnie trying out different faces, different voices, cracking himself up. Mr. Gorbachev, tear down that... What was it, Mommy? Wall. Wall! Tear down that wall, you commie motherfucker! Mrs. Gorbachev, would you please ask your husband to tear down that wall? Mr. Gorbachev, tear down that wall. Now, that's the end of that section. But these are spread throughout, as are many other repeated scenes and characters. And it's my favorite book of all those I've written. Although most people think that The Manifold Destiny of Eddie Vegas is a better book, I think it's this one. So, that's our latest. The next one that we've got coming, there's a little problem with the incense. I hope it's... Is it good for the atmosphere?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Then it's... Because it's really getting in my throat. The next book that's coming out is by Wade Gavin, or W. Gavin. I'm not sure yet which name we're going to use. His pen name. It's from Brisbane, Australia. It's a dark Cormac McCarthy-esque book that takes place in the surrounds of Brisbane, and its title is taken from one of them Greek plays, Oedipus. Yeah, that's it. It's called Wailing Madness, something, and grief, death and grief. Look up the play, you'll know. And then we've got one by a woman named Lauren Fairbanks that was offered to us, in a sense, or referred to us, I should say, by Stephen Moore, because he had published her when he worked for Dalkey Archive. And this is becoming a disaster. And we might as well just set the studio on fire, and this will be the last of... It'll be a very dramatic way to go out for the press. But I'm going to try to make it through this. Why hide that we're having problems here? Well, you never know. This he wanted, my cinematographer, cameraman, and all around cinema man, wanted this to go this way. Well, then it would be going right into my mouth. It's bad enough as it is. Next time, just candles and lights. But then we have after Lauren Fairbanks, then we have one, Memoirs of a Midget, by Walter de la Mare. And then we have two thin books, one by Zachary Tanner, and it's not this one, it's a new one, and one by Iris Broussard, Chandler Broussard's daughter. So we've got a lot of good books coming up, but we got to sell more books in order to print these books. So I would like to go on a little bit longer, and I will, because it's very important under any circumstances, even if the building's on fire, to tell you that cliches are really, really ruining us. And I mentioned this one briefly on Instagram the other day, but you know, not everybody on Instagram watches these. Not everybody who watches these watches Instagram. And if I croak, Sasha, I would like you to finish this, okay? Just get in front of the camera and, you know, say what you have to say. Pursuit. Okay. Maybe there's something poison in the thing, you know. Here, I wonder what Agatha Christie would say. Anyway, the one that's really fucking bothering me now is the better version of yourself. I swear, when I scroll through Instagram or anything else, advertisements, posts, at least 37%. That 37 is low. Sounds like it should be about 80. But at least 37% involve something that helps you become a better version of yourself. And I don't think they mean a better version of yourself. I don't think I misheard. It's a better version of yourself. All kinds of shit. Like working out, taking another cliche, a master class in presentation would make this presentation one in which you see a better version of myself. If I took a master class, oh, fuck off. This is just this globalization and technomania is just, it's all going really fucking bad, as you can see. Now, I'm using simple tools here, but the I'm doing it for BookTube, for YouTube, for you, so that you can all be better versions of myself or yourself. This is really, I think, probably, I don't think that there could be a more effective way to present the crisis that Corona Samizdat is in. I don't know if there's anything, I talked about the books that are coming up. I read the excerpt I wanted to read. I talked about the film. That's really, we've got more ideas for the future, but I think you'll be surprised at the quality of this independent film we've got coming up. Within a week or two, we will have a trailer. I hate to say that, but now that I've said it,
We'll have to do it, yeah.
a week or two, I said, to
Yeah.
give you, So a week or two. How many minutes long has this been?
The trailer?
No, this.
I would say around 17 minutes.
Okay, so do you think we should wait until I choke myself out, or should we just cut it?
I mean, it's up to you to decide. I don't.
Okay, well, I appreciate the freedom. I'll just read one more excerpt, just to show the kind of strength I've got. Hedy Lamar's face was inches from Hauser's. That can't be. How did Hedy Lamar get in here? Well, I'll tell you how she got in here. Without knowing it, I wrote this book under the influence of Flann O'Brien's At Swim Two Birds, which I hadn't read yet. And now that I'm reading it, I'm realizing this is, and Mulligan Stew, another one, which, you should never read Mulligan Stew unless you've read At Swim Two Birds. But Pops on Laughing Gas, Luigi too, why waste something better than grappa? Intriguing, huh? So, Vardaman, straight from Vardaman. The novel remains silent as a shotgun dove. Interesting. You too can have this. It's got a great cover. It's from a photograph that Sasha back there took. There's Pino Pinelli, the anarchist who was shoved out a window by the cops. Where was I? Anyway, I think I was trying to just go on a little longer because I don't want to quit because of this. The muezzin of muckety muck on the hour calls us to fuck. I hope it's a she nearest to me, but if it's not, I'll settle for a suck. There is Corona, and I don't mean the beer. Will Blondie win the elections? Can it mean the end is near? Where did this come from? Oh yeah, it's different people contribute. So yeah, sport results are not new anymore in the East. Beaten blacks due to a false spreading rumor. What we will be. Man, I don't know where this came from, but there's some weird shit in here. I'll have to tell you that. Little something from the Pogues. And well, I don't. Oh, my favorite page. You can read it. I think. Spivey lives. Spivey's the bringer of history. We love Spivey. Now, if that doesn't make you want to buy this book, what will? And there's no better way for me to end a booktube than by saying, why don't you buy my favorite book? I wrote it, and I can guarantee, a money-back guarantee, if you read this and don't like it, and you want your money back, I'll give you €1 back. How's that? No, €2. If you read this and you write a full page telling me that it sucks and you want €5 back, I'll give you €5 back. Five. But you have to write 2 pages, double spaced, and be serious and give me a good reason why you want 25% of your money back. That's it. Money back guarantees. That's all I can think of. We run out of everything else. You know, no accessories, nothing, free books, So now money back guarantees. You want 25% of your money back? Just write me. You can do it on an email. You don't have to send paper. All right? Bye-bye. 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 Bye. Bye.